Hey, and welcome into Bon Appetit with a little bit of To Your Health. It's nice to be able to eat and be healthy at the same time. And you know, there's an event coming up right around the corner. The second Saturday in May, which is the 12th, is Herb Day at Old Alabama Town. But to talk about herbs and talk about the herb of the year is Kathy Quinn. And Kathy, you're a pharmacist as well as an herbalist.
That's right.
Now, kind of interesting because you were a pharmacist first, then became an herbalist?
That's right. I just graduated from herb school this past year.
I'll be.
3 years I studied herbs, and I'm still a relative newbie.
in the field there, but obviously you found out that as a pharmacist we prescribed a lot of drugs.
Right.
And as an herbalist we're finding out, well, maybe there's some natural ways that the dear Lord gave us that can help us out.
Much better for us.
Absolutely.
So today we're going to talk about hops, which is the herb of the year, which we will be doing segments on at Old Alabama Town on that day. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to talk about hops just a little bit.
Okay.
And hops is a giant vine that grows not so well in Alabama. Some people could grow it, but it's not really happy here.
Okay.
It needs more sunlight, but and less heat.
Right, got that.
But where it grows these big things called strobles, which are the fruit of the vine. Mm-hmm. And you harvest the strobles, and that's where you get the medicinal action and the beer making action. Now, in beer, it makes it bitter, and that's one of its good medicinal uses. In the days before the little purple pill, people would take bitters before they ate. And then they would eat their food, and the bitters would help their digestion. And they didn't have all the troubles that we sometimes have with too much acid because they got just the right amount with the bitters. So there were all kinds of different things, but hops was one of the bitters.
Okay. So let me ask you, if you were to put some bitters before, would you take it like a half hour before the meal, or?
Yeah, or just a few minutes
just
even.
Just a few minutes, okay.
Yeah, so that was why we had drinks with bitters in them to help our digestion.
That's interesting, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so another good use for hops is its sedative effects. Now it can relieve anxiety. I wouldn't say it would be good for depression. I would say more anxiety. If you're anxious, you could make a tea with hops and be less anxious.
Okay, so would that be a tea that would have kind of a bitter taste to it then?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Okay.
You don't want our viewers to be surprised.
But you could also do it another way. You could make a tincture with it, or people even put herbs in capsules. And then they toss them down and they don't even notice. And then the other good thing that people use hops for is to help you sleep, as an alternative to
sleeping pills or that kind
of. And you know, herbs are more gentle than pharmaceuticals because they aren't concentrated and they have all the plant matter in them. So if you were interested in trying hops for sleep, you could go online and get it from a reputable herb company and then make a capsule or make a tea.
Now, speaking of that, as a warning and as a pharmacist, when you're taking herbs, you don't just go get a big spoonful of herbs. Phyllis, you have to know what you're doing.
Exactly. And as with all things, if you find somebody who knows what they're doing to help you, that's a good idea. And knowing that if you add it on to your pharmaceuticals that you're already taking, it could have an additive bad effect. So caution. Talk to an herbalist, talk to somebody at a reputable health food store, or that knows what they're doing. Don't just go out and take a lot of stuff.
Okay, so in other words, if you're going to go buy herbs or grow them, or preferably you're going to buy them from a reputable health food store, and you are also going to get instructions on that, just like I would any drug I took from my pharmacist.
Exactly, exactly.
You have to be very careful about what you put in your body. But God made all the herbs, and I have found that all of these old wives' tales about the herbs, they're true.
Absolutely.
They're true.
Absolutely.
And there's reasons why they were,
They do.
yeah.
They do.
So if you're taking an herb for medicinal purposes, then you have to really be concerned about the dosage you're taking.
And also you have to be concerned about what else you're taking.
Okay, they can counteract it.
Or, you know, interfere with it. You can have drug interactions with herbs just like you can with pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So another good place to talk to it is a pharmacist who knows about herbs. A lot of a lot of pharmacies carry a lot of herbs. So if you have your favorite pharmacist, talk to him too. And you say hops, and they'll say, I'll have to study up on that
let me
one.
check about
That's
that.
okay. They will.
Right.
They'll do it for you.
Yeah, that's
Gosh,
right.
Thank
So
you.
can we also use these then for cooking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whole different deal there, huh?
One of the vendors that we're going to have at Herb Day is planning to use hops in one of her creations.
Okay,
So then,
fun.
what happens? She's obviously putting the right amount of hops in there, so you're getting the right dosage. So eating it, you're going to get the benefits from the taste in the food as well as the medicinal purpose.
Right. You
Very
get
good.
the bitters.
Very good. Thank you very much, and thanks for being with us. Remember Herb Day, May 12th. It's at Old Alabama Town, downtown. Starts at 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Absolutely free to get in. We'll be right back right after this.